That was nice. I'm sure it can make people say whoa, and it's useful in the same time. I'm sure you're eager to know what AR is from innovation perspective. Let's go deeper into the theories.
The augmented reality is an incremental innovation, while the virtual reality was the radical one, the first mover. However, the augmented reality has more marketable improvements, and it found more practical implications in spheres like business, entertainment, education, medicine. And as it's an incremental innovation, the main component of it, that is an open source software, so everybody can contribute to develop it and to find more new applications. Augmented reality software is available for use to everyone nowadays. However, earlier, from 1999 to 2007, there was an innovation chasm. In other words, a gap of augmented reality adoption between technology enthusiasts, who are early adopters, and pragmatists, who are better known as early majority. The innovation chasm, which was first described by Geoffrey Moore in his book Crossing the Chasm, is all about the technology widely adopted. The most difficult step is to win over the early majority of the mass market. Eventually, this gap is tied with the diffusion of innovations theory, describing the process by which an innovation is communicated through certain channels over time among the members of a social system. In this case, the communication channels for the augmented reality software to be introduced and adopted are computers with internet access, which actually enable the augmentation of reality. And if we look back at the history, the significant increase in the use of internet and computer technologies in general created a proper environment for the diffusion of the augmented reality among users. And by now, AR already crossed the chasm. Now we can even observe the bandwagon effect, as in the last 3 years more and more companies used it for the advertisement campaigns.
It's clear that the AR technology has huge potential. Let's see some future applications.
It's important to note that augmented reality technology is costly in its development. In that sense, only major firms are able to use it as a resource nowadays. However, if the cost can be reduced, the technology will become widespread. The basic idea behind augmented reality technology is that any physical device used in data-oriented tasks, be it your PC or your PDA for instance, could be replaced by a virtual device whose only cost would be writing the software. One of the most promising applications for augmented reality is video games. A company called Total Immersion has created software that applies augmented reality to baseball cards. Augmented reality will also enable us to bring the games back to the streets. Imagine scavenger hunts and human Pac-Man being played inside your city. On a more classical note, augmented reality will provide gamers with a 3D experience. Augmented reality can also be used on the military stage. Arkin Technology, a Canadian firm, has created a head-mounted display that adds information on your world. Imagine soldiers on a battlefield. Augmented reality would enable them to overlay blueprints or views from a drone onto their field of vision. Augmented reality could be used in the medical world. It could be used to help doctors and nurses in everyday tasks. It could guide a surgeon during an operation. Information could be superimposed on the patient, like his heart rate, blood pressure. It could help deaf and blind people interact with their environment by creating virtual leading blocks.
As we have seen, augmented reality technology is steadily being developed in numerous fields. In the process, breaching the divide between the digital and our environment. In the medical world, for instance. What makes augmented reality such an exciting new technology is that we can imagine its applications being extended to almost everything and to almost every aspect of everyday life. Let's go further. Imagine virtual conferences in a holodeck style, or enhanced applications in media such as surround cinemas. Not to be discarded, augmented reality technology could also be the next big step in the billion-dollar cybersex industry. On a more practical note, imagine augmented reality technology applied to construction. On-site markers could give instructions to the workers during their day. Architects could also rely on augmented reality technology to provide them with on-site 3D imagining of their future creation. Augmented reality could also signal the beginning of the end of navigator or cell phone screens. GPS coordinates and directions could be directly inserted on the road itself. Augmented reality could also provide shoppers with interactive sales catalogs. You could choose your clothes or furniture without physically trying them on or leaving the comfort of your own home. Like any new technology, augmented reality has its limitations. Its accuracy still needs to be improved, especially when it is used indoors. Also, until new broadcast support systems such as glasses or even contact lenses are developed, the use of augmented reality will be limited by the size of your screen. Augmented reality technology could equally produce unwanted side effects on social interactions, much like the crackberry or internet addict phenomenon. Augmented reality museum tour seemed to be a good idea. Yet, we may be missing out on the personal insights a professional tour guide could have given us. Another important question we must ask ourselves concerns the accessibility of augmented reality information. Only people equipped with the necessary technology will profit from augmented reality environments. Finally, privacy issues could be an important concern. Combining augmented reality and image recognition software would allow perfect stranger access to your Facebook or Twitter information.
A few years ago, augmented reality seemed like science fiction. Today we finally reached the point where it's both economically and technologically feasible to create augmented reality worlds that the average person can interact with and understand. However, like any new technology, it will need a huge adoption period to become mainstream. But having in mind its potential, it will be relatively easy to convince the mass public to give it a try. Possibilities are endless.